So we're doing this Battletech thing, and we're trying to get the most out of our miniature collection. And by doing so, that is going to be the justification for even more Battletech stuff. Within that framework, I wanted to follow up on some comments from the recent video, Battletech World War II, kind of taking a step back and exploring those rules, exploring that narrative from an early pre-battle mech technological level, or perhaps taking some of those units and exploring that, throwing those up against mechs and maybe more modern battlefield type stuff from Battletech. Now, within that framework, I seem to remember, and I'm going to now, this Mech Warrior is now going to tap into Mech Command. Those of you out there, my fellow Battletech enthusiasts, I do remember, and I was trying to find it if it was on the Catalyst site or it might have been Drive-Through RPG. It is a technical manual of kind of World War II to like 1960, 70 tanks translated over to the Battletech universe. Obviously all ICEs, all internal combustion engines. But it was an interesting map which would effectively allow you to try and play out that what if scenario. And I did a little bit of checking around with that. I love playing Chain of Command, World War II. It's a great miniature war game. I've pushed up some of the rule set demos of that to the channel here under the Chain of Command. The rules are so good that you can just essentially play any type of wargaming system using those rules, just kind of adjusting it. Fantastic. And I say that within the framework because I love tanks, and I will regularly play late war American tanks and German tanks. You start kind of with your army, and then you have a number of support choices, support points, 3, 6, 8, 12. I just blow them all on tanks. So I regularly play Tiger tanks. That's a 60-ton tank. I have to say, playing war games and being immersed in that history, I didn't really have a concept of tonnage. I thought the Tiger was like 15 or 20 tons. I thought it was more kind of a light mech. But apparently 60 tons and going up to some of the more kind of wonder tanks and design tanks, giant tanks that never really, concept tanks, I guess I should say, from World War II and beyond, were apparently extremely heavy. It would be interesting to play some of those in the Battletech universe, and it seems like the equivalent would be playing an Ogre tank, Ogre from the board game, Steve Jackson's games. So, have you checked out that PDF? Have you seen it? I'm going to be kind of hunting around for it. But this is an example. This was an excellent question. Absolutely. This is something that I've done from time to time, right? Be open as a wargamer. Yes, I'm going to try and win. You're going to try and win. We're doing this wargaming thing. But when we have miniatures and we have a rule set, it's kind of interesting to play and see what if. And if you're open to tweaking the rules, playing with things, it doesn't have to be 100% balanced. Why the heck not? I'm also a massive Pacific Rim enthusiast. We took some of the kaiju and kind of armored them out and made an equivalent of the technical manual sheets. And we had little figures painted and stuff, playing Battletech versus kaiju and exploring that. If you're a Warhammer 40,000 enthusiast, you could kind of go epic and try some of those tanks. What would a Rhino or a Whirlwind or a Land Raider or a stand of Thunder Terminators, Assault Terminators, what would that go up against a mech? Being open to looking and exploring these different things within that framework to get the most out of your miniature collection.